Ever wondered how those dreamy hues in your favorite movies are achieved? The answer lies in a technique known as color grading. Today we're going to delve into the fascinating world of color grading, and by the end of this video, you'll have a firm understanding of how to create your own cinematic masterpiece. Color grading, not to be confused with color correction, is an artistic process that can dramatically alter the mood and tone of your footage. It involves changing the colors in your image to create a certain aesthetic or mood. So how does one start the magical process of color grading? First things first, you need to prepare your workspace. Make sure your monitor is calibrated correctly. This ensures that the colors you see on your screen are the true colors of your video. Next, open your video editing software of choice. For this tutorial, assume we're using Adobe Premiere Pro. Import your footage into the software and place it on your timeline. Now, onto the actual grading. The first step is to adjust your footage's exposure. This involves tweaking the brightness and contrast of your footage until it looks just right. Remember, the goal here isn't to create a final look, but rather to set a neutral base for further grading. The next step is to adjust the white balance. This can drastically change the mood of your footage, so be careful with it. If your video is too warm or too cold, it can distract your viewers from the story you're trying to tell. Once you've adjusted the white balance, it's time to get creative. This is where you can start to add your own artistic touch. Use the color wheels in your software to adjust the shadows, midtones, and highlights in your footage. You can create a warmer, more inviting feel by adding orange and red tones, or a colder, more distant feel by adding blue and green tones. Remember, color grading is an art, not a science. There are no right or wrong answers here, only what looks good to your eye. So don't be afraid to experiment and try different things. Once you're happy with the look of your footage, it's time to export it. Make sure to export your video in a high-quality format to preserve all the hard work you've put into your color grading. In summary, color grading involves preparing your workspace, adjusting exposure and white balance, and creatively manipulating colors to set the mood of your footage. It's a powerful tool that can take your videos to the next level, so don't shy away from using it in your own projects. Remember, the key to successful color grading is practice. The more you experiment with different looks and styles, the more comfortable you'll become with the process. So go forth and grade, and before you know it, you'll be creating cinematic magic with the best of them.